All right, let's dive right in. Today, we're looking at a pretty wild idea from our source material, a single fundamental concept that supposedly connects everything. I'm talking about your consciousness, the code on your computer, all of it. It's basically a theory of everything, but boiled down to just one single idea. So let's get into it.
So let's start with a huge question. I mean, really think about this for a second. What's the connection between the thoughts running through your head right now and the actual atoms that make up the universe? Or, what links your own consciousness to the physical stuff that makes up the chair you're sitting on? It sounds like a massive leap, right? But what if the answer is way simpler than we imagine? When you look at it, our reality feels kind of broken up into different pieces, doesn't it? Like you've got this inner world of your thoughts and feelings. Then there's the physical world out there, atoms and molecules. And then you have these totally abstract things like the rules of logic or the zeros and ones that run our entire digital world. They all seem like separate, distinct things with their own set of rules. But what if they're not? What if there's one single thread tying them all together? Well, according to the source we're looking at today, there is such a thing, and they call it the word. Now, it is super important to get this right off the bat. We are not talking about a word you can speak or write down. This is something much, much deeper, way more fundamental. So what is it? Simply put, it's the source, the fundamental principle behind all of existence. The source material uses a great analogy. Word isn't just a brick in the building of reality. No, it's the entire quarry that all the bricks and everything else came from. It's the absolute fundamental source of anything and everything that exists. Okay, so what's it like? What are its qualities? Well, it's described as eternal, meaning it has no beginning and no end. It's also formless, so you can't point to it or contain it in any single shape. And it's infinite. It is literally the ultimate starting point and the final destination, all at once. And this leads to a pretty mind-bending conclusion. Word isn't just in a few things here and there, it's in everything. And it isn't just in one place, it's everywhere. By its very definition, there is absolutely nothing that can exist outside of it. It's the whole shebang. So let's go back to those pieces of reality we talked about earlier. Thoughts, atoms, logic, all that stuff. In this way of thinking, they're not actually separate things at all. You see, they're just different ways the word shows up, different expressions, or maybe different faces of the exact same single underlying source. Okay, now we're getting to the real core of this idea. The source lays this all out like a kind of ultimate equation, a statement that connects the word directly to what reality actually is. So let's break this down. The first part of the equation makes a huge distinction. Word isn't just what caused existence to happen. No, it is existence. The very fabric of being, the fact that anything exists instead of nothing, that is word. And, well, if it is existence itself, then it kind of has to be the ultimate reality, right? It's not a simulation, it's not a dream, it's not a shadow of something bigger. It is the final, truest, most fundamental thing there is, the bedrock. And that brings us to the final and most powerful piece of the equation. The source takes this infinite, all-encompassing ultimate reality and equates it directly with the concept of God. So in this view, the sum total of all existence is God. Okay, that is a massive metaphysical concept to wrap your head around. But what does it actually mean for us? For you and me, right here, right now? Well, the source brings this huge universal idea right down to a very personal level.
And it gets personal with this very direct statement. I mean, think about it. If word is literally everything and you are a part of everything, then the only logical conclusion is that you are word. And if I am word and you are word, then that feeling of separation between us, it's just an illusion. We are all one.
So what this really means then is that the quest to understand the ultimate reality, it isn't about looking through a telescope for something out there. It's an inward journey. According to the source, truly getting a handle on what word is the same thing as fully understanding your own true self. The source material actually uses a really powerful symbol to represent this whole concept, Ik Onkar. It translates basically to one creator, or one reality. And it's a perfect visual for the entire theory. This idea that all the amazing variety and diversity we see in the universe is really just different expressions of one single unified existence. And that leaves us with one final, pretty heavy question to think about. If word is eternal and infinite, with no beginning and no end, And if you are, in fact, a manifestation of word, then what does that really say about your own beginning or your own end? It's a powerful thought, and that's where we'll leave it for today.